Hello everybody, it is X Waffle here. Just a video here, my first video, in regards to a warrior build. Now, with the warrior build, this is the meta Zerg World vs. World build. I won't be really doing it too much on PvE, player versus everything, or player versus environment, depending on the way you look at it. This is strictly just for like my take, my ideals, and things like that in regards to this build. So this is my character. He was modeled after somebody else, but not gonna really go too much into that. As for what I use currently, this is my equipment. These are my stats. You know, normally I'm running at about 31 to 32,000 health. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why I'm still running at 29. Might be something I mixed up or did wrong here. For jewelry, you know, I'm using the earrings, power, vitality, ferocity, just for that little bit of extra damage that you might not need. This here, you know, a little extra tankiness never ever hurt anything or anybody, right? So, you know, I use 2 of them, and then Bloodstone Fragment. I really enjoy Bloodstone Fragment just because of the power. The power on that is actually I find and have found it to be one of the best before going into Ascended, and if it's a cheap alternative to Ascended. Typical build, you know, you're going to use your sword. This one here is Lord Terry's Shadow. Just transmuted to the Flame Blade. Kind of thought that was actually kind of cool looking. And then Windstorm, Power, Precision, Ferocity. When I have it out, you know, gotta be able to do some damage. Using this Power, Vitality, and Ferocity. I do believe that's Soldiers, if I'm not mistaken. Really well. I love this hammer. I do so much like stupid damage with it. For a tank build doing, you know, 1.8 all the way to 2.1, it's not bad. You know, you're going to be able to assist your team and be able to help them out. Everything else here is soldiers, everything down the line. Nothing is ascended nor legendary or anything like that. I know legendary armor doesn't exist, but nothing ascended in armor, just because, you know what, I'm not going to put time into making that. If you have the money, exotics are just as good. The traits that I'm using, 00662. The reason for this, you know, the toughness, the vitality. Love the vitality and toughness on it. The one variance is this here, you know, Signet Mastery, just because I have the Doliac Signet instead of... which one was it again here? That one here. Instead of Balanced Stance, I do like the swiftness aspect of it and the stun break, but this here, it's the passive that really I love the most, just because it reduces incoming damage, and then if you have to, you can get stability. Those 10 stacks in a Zerg is really going to make a difference in regards to 5, you know. Swiftness isn't really that big of a deal when you can get it from like Signet of Might, as well as your 4 charge. You know, get some swiftness on there. Other than that, you know, these are just basic skills. You know, have everything unlocked in case the meta changes and things like that. So one thing I want to mention with this build, it's not going to do damage. It's not going to be that frontliner that just runs up in there like a Zerker build and just destroys everything. It's going to pretty much be a sponge for all the CCs, all the damage and things like that, to try and help your team out to better the team and better the chances of actually winning in a Zerg fight. This build is not, I'm going to say it again, is not recommended for small little roaming groups. You're not going to do too much. If you're going to do a roaming group or anything like that, make sure you have separate gear. You know, I would recommend a greatsword for that. I personally enjoy the hammer, and just change out all your equipment. Now I'm going to show you guys how exactly much damage it will do Oh, where's a MOA? There we go. Let's use this MOA over here. Now, coming at this MOA, I'm going to pop everything, so that gives me Might or Fury or anything like that, just to show you guys the maximum potential of it. So boom, boom. Okay, here you go. See, it's not doing too much. And there's a crit for just about almost 1,000. It's moving pretty quick, you know, it's got a fast attack speed, so it's going to do some pretty good damage here. I'll just finish that off there. There we go. Now, moving on is going to be the hammer itself. You know, I love the look of this hammer. It's got a nice little particle effect. So, let's kill this MOA. I know it's a poor defense, this little MOA. Still got 3 stacks of might, so let's fix that. And go back to there. There we go, see? It's doing a lot of damage. Almost 2,000. I usually sometimes can hit 2.1 depending on how lucky I am. But, it's... like I said, this isn't going to do damage. It's just all about the tankiness, all about the soaking the damage, and just downright making everything easier for your team to soak it up and help them out. While in a team fight, Zerg fight, I definitely recommend, you know, going in, jumping in with your Savage Leap, getting in there, just getting into the fray, waiting a little bit. I would say about 5 seconds. That's when everyone's usually in it, like an actual like battle. If you know, ever watched like a movie, Medieval Times or something like that, where they clash and just both sides are going in, give it about 10 seconds or so, and then start hitting like your 5 further conditions to boons, your 2 shouts to heal up anyone that's possible. You see it right there, that's almost a 2,000 heal for people around you, and the same thing right here, 2,000, that's 4,000 give or take, 4 heals. It's not too bad. I do really enjoy this build. Now, personal rating as playability, how fun it is and things like that. Me personally, I like being in the middle of everything, just trying to just swing and just spamming skills, and you know, making it all easy for my backliners and my commander and things like that to call plays and move people and things like that. For the playability, I'm going to give it a personal rating. This rating is going to be out of 10. Fun playability, I'm going to give it a 7.5. You're going to die a lot. You're not going to be able to hold on to it. You're not going to be able to keep yourself alive. Expect to die. There's no way around it. Unless, you know, you're just so good at everything, like, you're just going to keep dying. As for the all-around build itself, all in all, I'm going to probably give it about an 8. Just because, like, it could be better. The change, things like that, the damage could be greater. It's... The damage itself is not overly great if, say, you know, you're a Berserker build. That damage is, oh my god, damage. So yeah. This build's fun for World vs. World, even for PvE. It's still pretty fun because you can go into fractals anywhere from I played to 10 to 25, and I'm still just holding on, and I can tank for the team while they're just throwing down mad DPS. So all in all, even if it says Meta Battle says it's just, you know, for World vs. World Zergs, it's still really good for PvE. So I would recommend this for everything just because of how fun it is. I will be doing later builds on a Guardian once I get my Guardian fully geared and things like that, as well as a Necromancer. I plan on bringing in somebody that actually plays a Necromancer. I'm not too familiar with them. The play style on them's kind of not my thing, but I still will do the build and my recommendations and things like that. A buddy of mine, he's going to come in, and we're going to do this, and hopefully have that up for you soon. Got to work on my Guardian still and things like that, but yeah. So that is everything. Those are my opinions. Anything, you know, good, bad. I'm probably, this is, like I said, my first video in regards to builds and things like that. I've been playing this now for about 2 years, and this game keeps dragging me back because of the new things, but really fun, really good. if you're going to do World vs. World as a warrior, I recommend this build. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I hope to hear from you in the comments if anyone decides to. But you know, it is my first video, so I'm not expecting too much. Alright, thanks guys. X Waffle signing off. See you guys later.